Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the Near protocol chart, see what it's doing in the short term, and also take a quick look at the total market cap chart. As you can see, this is the Near protocol chart. Near protocol has been in this range for almost a year now. The top of this range is around $3.50 and the bottom is close to $2. And as you can see, there hasn't been any breakout so far. Except for this breakout, which happened due to the liquidation that occurred 3 or 4 days ago, there was a breakout. But the price managed to recover and move back up, and it closed above this support level, which is around $2.35. What you can see here is that we had a trend line, a midterm trend line, and when the price broke this trend line and went down, it beautifully bounced back. And now it's retesting this trend line, as well as this strong resistance here, which is also a midterm resistance. All of these are around $2.70. It's really important to see what happens here. There are two scenarios. If the price can break through this area, we can actually become almost 80% bullish on the Near protocol. For what reason? Because we have resistance here as well, a midterm resistance. We also have a midterm trend line, and all the moving averages we have are right here. We have the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average in this area. If the price can break through this area and move up in a surprising way, then we could turn bullish, but it still depends on the market. And also on whether the crypto market itself can recover and move upward. In this area, if we can move up and form a V-shaped pattern and reach these levels, it would really be bullish. But if the price gets rejected here, like the current candle that has hit this trend line and these resistances and has now been rejected and gone down, that's very important. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I'll show you which support is important to hold. This support that I've drawn here is close to $2.30 and it needs to be maintained. If the price wants to go up, if the Near protocol loses this level, recovering will be very difficult, and most likely the price will drop down to around $2. Which means from here, if the price falls, it will drop by almost another 25%, and it will test the next support. And if it tests these supports, personally, I can say that it really doesn't look like a situation where Near protocol can recover. In the near future, it probably won't be able to bounce back up and break this range to the upside, and most likely it could go even lower. What matters now is that this support level holds and is maintained. Also, you can see that today, after it touched this trend line, it came down beautifully, and now it has hit this gap that's here. On the 4-hour time frame, it has filled and had a nice buy setup with a very beautiful engulfing candle. What matters now is that if this level holds, it's very good. There's a chance we might go up, and we'll see what happens in the next few days. This circle I'm drawing is the area we need to break through and move higher. So far, the price reaction has been good. After what happened last Friday, the reaction to this area has been good. Again, let's see what happens in the coming weeks. If we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that after this trend line was broken on the RSI, we didn't have a back test on this trend line, and now we can see that it has beautifully backtested, but this is a minor detail and not very important at this time. Also on the MACD, we can see that it's slowly turning red on the weekly time frame, and this makes things a bit more difficult for it to regain its momentum and move upward. That was it. That was our analysis of Near protocol. Now let's also take a look at the total market cap, the overall crypto market. The situation with the total market cap is almost the same as Near protocol, a kind of backtest here as well, a support level. After what happened on Friday, the price dropped sharp. It filled these gaps here and in a beautiful way. What gives the market hope is that the price managed to come back and close above this support level. Right now, the only thing that matters here is that in this backtest we've done, it has now closed these gaps, and as much as possible on the 4-hour time frame, this level needs to hold. Just like in the Near protocol, where its own level needs to hold, here too, this level must be held. In the total market, even without Bitcoin, the situation is pretty much the same. The price has dropped, and in a beautiful way. It even filled these gaps up to this part here, and the market was able to bounce back up. Also, this significant gap that was present here got completely filled, and after precisely 2 candles, it successfully managed to move back above the resistance level, and now it's currently being tested as a crucial support on this particular time frame. You can also see on the 4-hour chart that today it came down and filled these gaps, and now it needs to hold this level that it's currently at. It's very important for this level to be maintained. If it drops lower, the situation will become very difficult. This chart is the ratio of the total market cap excluding the top 10 to Bitcoin, and as you can see, this chart is beautifully shaped. After what happened on Friday, it went down and was able to test this multi-year support level, and what's even more interesting is that, and closed above this last low that was formed here. What's important here is that if it can form a V-shaped pattern and move up, that would be really good. But if it fails, the price might get rejected in this area and go down, making things a bit more difficult if it fails. But what's important is that this level needs to hold, and we're hoping that it can form a V-shaped pattern and move up, break through this resistance up here, and get us in. As you can see, the price, Bitcoin dominance, has gone up sharply and reached this multi-month resistance, and from this point, the price was rejected and went down. And something interesting that I see in the Bitcoin dominance chart is that if we flip the chart upside down, you know that if Bitcoin dominance goes down, it's good for altcoins. And if we flip these charts, we can see it clearly. There's a V shape has formed in this section, and so far it's performed well because it managed to bounce back. Meaning it went back below this resistance here, and as long as it stays below this resistance for now, everything is okay. And when it wants to confirm this V, usually in these price conditions, it forms a pattern. You know what I mean? A kind of pattern. It looks like this and moves upward. This level here needs to be maintained as resistance, and this V-shaped pattern that has formed should be completed and then move downward. If that happens, the likelihood of us entering an alt season increases for now. Let's see what happens in the next few days. For now, everything is okay. The levels that total market cap, Bitcoin, and even Ethereum and Near protocol are at. These are at very good levels, and they need to maintain these levels. I can honestly say these are pretty much the last levels that need to be held for there to be any hope. For alt season, if these levels that I explained in this section aren't maintained, it really gets complicated, and the chances of the market turning bearish increase a lot. That was today's video about the Near protocol, and we also took a quick look at the total market cap and Bitcoin dominance. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and don't forget that trading is never a sure thing. Everything is connected to probability. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Until the next video, goodbye.